All right, guys. Today we have Luke. Want to introduce yourself, Luke? This is He's actually joined the program a few months. I guess like what? How long has it been now?
I joined in January,
January. Damn, we're coming up on a year, bro.
and
Time flies. Time, guys. We were just talking about it. As a day trader, I feel like time literally flies like 10 times faster than anything. I don't know if you can relate, bro. It's like, it's crazy.
it does because I think it's like every day just goes. You just wait for the next day so you can try to do better the next
Yeah.
day, and then all of a sudden the week is over, and then you're just like, I don't know, it's just how it feels. But
I
yeah,
always say too, trading is so fun because it's like at the end of the day, you like have your P&L obviously, but like the next day, like say today's Tuesday and tomorrow, you want to do better than you did Tuesday. And it's like it's always like you never know when your next new record is or PR is. So it's like makes it interesting as well. It's like not showing up for a job knowing you're gonna get paid the same amount every day, but like going to your self-employed job and making potentially even more than you did yesterday.
so
It's pretty fun.
it's like
But yeah, bro. Without a further ado, bro, I kind of just want to ask you a couple questions, obviously, about your story, bro, how it's been for you. Obviously, I know a little bit about it, but I want everyone else to kind of hear directly from you. But yeah, bro, before joining, what did kind of life look like? Where were you at? Kind of, were you in school? Were you working? Like, what were you doing? Kind of talk about how, and then how you transitioned actually to fine trading. So go ahead, brother.
yeah. So to quickly introduce myself, my name is Luke. I joined the program back in January, and I turned 20 back in August. So basically, what life has looked like before I joined the program, I was working as an electrician. So it would have been my sophomore year of college I was in, but I decided to stop going to school after my freshman year of college because I just didn't think it was for me. I always kind of during high school felt like I wanted to get into some form of entrepreneurship, and I thought going for a business major at University of Buffalo would kind of fulfill what I was looking for, and it just wasn't for me. So, my dad and my family are all tradesmen, so I figured I'll give a shot becoming an electrician. And so I started working as an electrician apprentice in September of last year, so about a year ago, and I did enjoy the work. It was very hard work. I don't know if anybody who's watching this is a tradesman, but generally electricians get clowned on for not for doing the. I'm not going to say the word here, but not being the most physically capable, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
or not having the most physical demand, but still tough work. It definitely taught me some great work ethic when I was there. Being, I know Sean actually had some sort of blue collar job before as well, so he knows what it's like to work in a tough environment. And it definitely did teach me a good sense of work ethic, having to show up real early in the morning every day,
Yeah.
do what you got to do. But at the same time, when I was there, I looked around and I saw a lot of older guys that looked like they've been working their whole entire life and very hard. And all respect to those guys,
Of
absolute
course.
hard workers doing what they got to do to put food on the family for or food on the table for their family. But I just always envisioned myself maybe being able to do a little bit more with my life and kind of, have a lot as much freedom as I could with my time here on earth. So,
Yeah.
um,
Agreed.
anyway, so that was I started working that in September, and then January came, and the company I was working for actually went under. So basically, we all got laid off, and immediately, right then and there, I knew that that was like a sign that I got to do something. And I was keeping up with Sean and the other coaches that teach this program for a few months, and I see they're my same age as me, just making a lot of money every day. And I'm like, you know what? If they're doing this, like, there's no reason I can't give this a shot. So in January, maybe a week after I got laid off, that's when I filled out the application, got on a call, and ended up joining the program. So that's kind of what life looked for me before. It felt like a weird sign when I got laid off, but it was honestly like, I was very happy when that happened because for weeks prior, I was thinking, like, I got to do something else. Like, I got to get out of here. And
Yeah.
I'm so blessed to be able to have found this because, life is looking a lot different for me now.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. I hope that sounds.
Dude, that was honestly like a great answer. Honestly, bro, I did not know like you got laid off like at all, bro. I've known you for how long, and damn, that's crazy. Literally, I think I
Yeah.
have. We have literally such similar stories, bro. Like for people that don't
Yeah.
know, I was working at a warehouse. Pretty much got similarly laid off, and then left that. Ended up getting a really good job. Was doing high end car detailing, working on literally my dream cars. I would see these people walk in there with their nice watches and shit, and I would be like, "Damn, I'm about to go do window tint for them. I'm about to put PPF $7,000 PPF on their Porsche GT3 or something." And then I'm like, "Damn, like this is crazy." And that's what took my initiative. So it's pretty cool, bro. I think we kind of saw it the same way. I think it was the struggles that we saw before we even found trading that like made us to the people that we are today, and like had us have that thought of wanting more, which is crazy, bro. So I'm proud of you, bro. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, bro. That's a good little story. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. but
Thank you.
but
Thank
yeah, kind of talk about I guess like once you were in the program, what it looked like. Were you like nervous when you were trading? Did you know anything about trading whatsoever? Like when you first joined, like what? And then like also too, like what was like the moment for you that were like, oh shit, like this shit could work, like 100%.
So I knew a little bit about trading. So basically, that summer before I started working electrical, so I started working electrical in September, and um, in like July, the months of July and August is when I kind of started looking into trading a little bit. I just think with social media, like stuff pops up on your feed, and I was like, "What
Yeah,
is this trading?" Because I actually, oh, I guess maybe I left this out, but I have tried a couple other business models. I tried when I was like 14 drop shipping for like a few weeks, just didn't really have the capital to start that up. And then I also tried Amazon FBA like maybe in May of last year. And again, that's something that requires kind of a lot of upfront capital to start.
yeah,
But anyways, so yeah, I was just like trading was just another one of those things that I saw people, young people like me, making money. So I did know a little bit about the basics of trading going into the program. Like I knew what a candle was, I knew what a trend was,
yeah,
but I definitely did not know in depth what I know now about trading and what I learned in the program, exactly how we trade and stuff. So yeah, that was kind of my background going into it. And then I guess the moment I knew it would work is when I actually got in the live calls.
yeah,
And, that's like it's a huge difference maker. Like going from seeing somebody's story in their P&L to watching it happen live. So
yeah.
when I started joining the live calls like a week after I joined the mentorship, just seeing you, Ben, Greg, Max, like moderate and see you guys literally make money on the, like in front of me, I was like, wow, like I'm seeing what he's doing right now, and if I did the same thing, I would have thousands of dollars in my pocket. So I just thought that was when I was like, okay, I think I can do this, and I really started to understand exactly what it was that you all were doing, and that's when I was like, okay, there's like actually potential here, and it was definitely so I paper traded for about 10 to 11 weeks or so,
Yeah.
and when I realized like in those first couple weeks that there's legit money to be made during this, like it was just like I don't know how to explain it, like a butterflies in my stomach type of feeling for like 10 weeks because I knew that I was going to be able to be in a spot where there was that potential, and I just couldn't imagine it really in my head. Like I
Yeah.
was like, there's no way. Like I'm just a 19-year-old kid, like just making that much money didn't sound real to me. And I knew it was real, but nothing is real until you have the proof of concept.
Yeah, bro.
So that's kind of when I realized, like, okay, there is money to be made here.
Dude, that's crazy. Cause bro, when I first started too, I was paper trading. Obviously, I didn't like know much about trading, but I had to like I literally knew in the back of my mind, like, bro, I'm gonna make so much money once I start trading. And I think
Mm.
it's too. I think it's cause like we are around the group of people and like we're around obviously the coaches. Well, you guys are around the coaches and everything, so you guys are seeing like money being made in front of you, and you just know like, okay, if I'm risking $100 on paper trading, once I risk $100 in real money, it's gonna translate literally the exact same way. Like you don't have to change anything as long as you're doing everything correctly. So it's like cool, bro. It's like knowing because I paper traded as well when I first started, for about like 2 months as well, or maybe a month, whatever it was. And
Uh-huh.
I just knew, bro. You just have that feeling, which is sick, bro. So kind of talk about. You said you paper traded in the beginning. Obviously, kind of talk about I guess the process that you actually took, and I guess when you hopped on a live account, and kind of how your life I guess changed once you actually did start making money, and kind of the money you were making within whatever time frame you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically what the process of paper trading looked like for me. So it's mid-January, and first thing I did was go through the education, which took me about a week or so. And then basically my paper trading, some people have, I feel like a very fluent paper trading journey, and being completely transparent, mine wasn't exactly that. I think I definitely was struggling a little bit with the consistency of sticking to my rules, I guess. And that's something that traders, that are going to get into it in the future realize, like, you really do have to stick to a structure every day in order for it to consistently work. So the first few weeks were definitely a little bit rough, but towards the end of it, I was starting to get consistent green days, and that's when I started to actually risk a little bit more money, and focusing on a couple different aspects like order flow, implement that, and it really just started to click the last few weeks, and that made me very confident. So I was blessed to be in the situation where I did have so basically, if people don't know how we trade with live margin accounts, which require $25,000 in the account. So I was blessed to be in a situation to have that money ready for me. So basically, once that happened, about 10 to 12 weeks into paper trading, that it basically just translated right over very quickly. I just started out with very small size, and I was just focusing on seeing just green days, and I saw 3 green days in a row of, like, I think it was $80, $50, and like $130. So I was like, okay, so
Your
if
first
I'm
week?
yeah, my first 3 days were, yeah, I think it was like, I think I made $270 or something. So then I was like, okay, I just saw 3 green days in a row. So if I use a little more size, this could maybe be like a few hundred, 1,000. So then the next week came, and I think Monday I made like 700. So I was like, that's when I was like, really like, wow, like, even though obviously we kind of detached our minds from money, like in
Yeah.
that time,
In the beginning,
700,
it's
like,
like, holy shit, like what the
I
fuck?
was shaking in my boots.
Yeah.
Like, I was,
I
I
remember.
was shaking, but I was like, wow. So but then I was like, wait, I got to do this tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So then the next day, I think I made like 1.2 thousand. I was like, no way, this is just insane. So, yeah, the rest of the week went pretty similar. It was like 1.3, 1.3, and then like I think I ended the week with like a 2.5 day or something. And that's when that was. I think I made around $7,500 that first full week, and that's when it really just sunk in. I was like, wow, like this whole 10 to 12 weeks that I just did paper trading, every second of it was worth it. All those, like, nights kind of journaling and
Yeah,
just
bro.
figuring out what I was doing wrong. And, because I would be lying if I said, a few weeks into paper trading,
Oh
sometimes when
yeah.
you struggle as a new trader that hasn't been doing it, sometimes you do, you tell yourself to not get down on yourself, but at the same time, it's like, is this really going to work? Like, there is that little voice in the back of my head saying, like, is this really going to work? But that first week, on first full week was definitely like, okay, every single minute of what I just did was worth it. So, yeah,
100%.
I think I summed up the question. Was there any part of the end of
No,
the
no,
question
no.
that I
Dude, that was perfect, bro. I mean, so I guess so a lot of people think like, yeah, like your first week you made thousands of dollars or whatever. And but like in reality, guys, like there's a lot of work that went into it. Like Luke said, like journaling, doing everything, getting your mind correct in the paper trading stage. And
Yeah.
I always recommend like paper trade before you hop on real money. And I think
Mhm.
Luke would obviously agree too. I mean, everyone agrees to that. And there were countless days Luke went without making a single dollar. And it's like
Yeah.
those days paid off for once he started actually trading with real money. So people always forget that, and people always think like there's no way in hell he's making thousands of dollars in his first week day trading. Like it's not like that, guys. There's lots of weeks before that, and lots of days that he went
Yeah.
without making a dollar. So no, bro, I think you nailed it. So on your first month, bro, like what did you end up doing, profit wise? Do you remember?
Okay. So yeah, I can break it down. So first month, let me actually go to this real quick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
bro, go ahead.
Let me let me find this. I've been tracking every single day basically since I started. So
That's sick. With the journal I gave you.
I made my own actually. I
That's
made my
fine.
own.
That's fine. As long as you're tracking it, bro. I like tracking my stuff too.
Uh, where is this? Oh, I found it. Okay. All right. So first month, actually, sorry, right here. There we go. All right. So Here we No. Did I just end the call? Okay,
No,
no, I
no.
didn't. Okay, holy crap, this good shit on me. All right. Yeah, first month, so April 15th to May 15th, I made $48,623. So that was definitely like, wow. That was, yeah, that was a fun time.
Wow. Wait, April 15th?
Yeah, from April 15th to May 15th, I made $48,623.
What about the next month?
All right, so the next month from May 16th to June 15th, I made $147,389. Um,
Dude,
yeah, those were
100 guys, it's like he's doing exact numbers too. It's insane, bro. 147,000?
yeah, that was month two. If you want me to keep
Yeah,
going,
go
I
ahead, keep
could.
going. Why not?
All right, so yeah, um, June 16th to July 15th, I made $168,231. And then,
Dude, it's insane.
so yeah, those were
That's
my first
insane,
three
bro.
months. That was really fun. But
That was really
yeah,
fun, you think?
those are fun times, yeah. But yeah, so total year to date, so yeah, being completely transparent as a trader, August and September and July were tougher months for me because if you guys don't know, the market is always kind of changing,
Of
and
course.
in those months it was pretty hot, and for what I was doing, it was working very well. And I kind of, every trader gets humbled at some point. So July, August, and September came, and I made like a little bit of money, a few thousand through those months. But it was definitely a sign that I realized I needed to adapt as a trader. That's the number one trait every trader needs to have is adaptation, being able to adapt to the environment you were given. So
Of course.
I was struggling with that for a couple months because what I was doing to make all that money wasn't working in those months.
No,
So
yeah.
these past few weeks, I've definitely changed my style up a little bit, and it's definitely been refreshing to see progress by actually realizing, hey, this isn't working anymore. I need to try something new and actually stick to the specific structure. So I've definitely been making some good progress in the last like 4 weeks or so
Yeah.
since I've done that.
And that's guys too. Like I say, like we don't. I don't really talk to you guys too much about like the market changing and everything like that. But there's always things that you need to improve on as a trader. Luke obviously made so much money, but again, like tomorrow, the strategy that we do, like whatever, could just be taken away. So it's our job as traders to adapt and kind of figure out, okay, what to do now, what's gonna work now, how am I gonna make money. So I think you did a great job, bro. I think you being transparent as well is like obviously the best thing as like anyone can do. So.
For
Dude,
sure.
I'm proud, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
it sounds nuts, bro. But it truly is like, I just don't know how to like explain it, bro. It is true.
Dude, I hope you know too. Like, if it wasn't for you, Greg, Ben, and Max, like it wouldn't have been doable either. Because like just seeing it happen in live time, it just like goes such a long way. And in all honesty,
No,
like
yeah,
if I when I stopped, when I was going through those struggles and I was starting to get kind of humbled and my ass kicked a little bit, and I all that money wasn't coming in. If I didn't have you guys there to kind of give advice and
yeah,
tell me, hey, this might happen at a certain point,
of course.
and how you break out of it. It wouldn't have been possible to start progressing again and to make that money in the first place. So
Of
thank you,
course.
Mr. Fox.
Of course, bro. So do you like at this point right now, like say program was over, everything was gone, like everything was gone. Do you confidently as like a trader think that you'd be able to trade like by yourself tomorrow and like know what to do, or like would you be like completely like lost?
For sure. Yeah, I definitely 100%. Yeah. So yeah, like hope people know like with the program you are taught completely how to trade independently by yourself. And the beautiful thing about the program is that we spin ideas off of each other. So that's actually probably one of the most valuable parts of the program because
Yeah.
we're not futures traders where we're looking at one specific index and trying to find a setup. Like we trade stocks. So there's hundreds and
Multiple
thousands of
eyes on
stocks
everything.
on the stock market. So like if it weren't for the program sometimes and the room we're in, um, there would be a lot of money that's not in my pockets because like we all bounce ideas off of each other.
Hmm.
And like today, for example, Krish, if you I hope you guys get an interview with Krish, but he's the call out master. People just call stuff out and if something doesn't work, it doesn't work. But when something does work, we all feast.
Yeah,
So
literally, bro. Literally.
yeah.
So We talked a little bit about the program. We talked a little about your success. Now I want to know, bro, and I really want the people to know because this is like, oh my god, I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
spammed there now. This shit makes me happy hearing this part, bro. So, how has I guess trading impacted your life, and what are some changes that
okay.
are in the process right now for you, Luke?
Yeah, so basically trading has definitely, made my life look a lot different. Maybe not in this room, but in about 4 weeks I'm gonna be in a different room. I'm actually moving across the country. So I live in Buffalo, New York,
Oh yeah.
which is like as far north as it gets basically, and I'm actually moving to Tampa Bay, which will be about like 3 hours away from Mr. Profits Figure. But
He's
yeah,
moving to the hot weather.
yeah, it's actually like a foot of snow out right
Are
now
you
where I am.
serious?
Yeah, I'll show you after this.
That's
I
crazy, bro.
know. I know. But anyways, yeah, so it's definitely made my life look a lot different. And now I'd be lying if I said I didn't spend some of my money. I've, obviously tried to be responsible with it for the most part. But that is the beauty of trading. You do get freedom to do more things,
Yeah.
have a little bit more luxuries. So throughout the time I've been making money, it's looked a lot. My life has looked a lot different in the sense that I've been able to, for example, just go and help my parents, help my family. Just buy gifts for like my siblings, my mom, my dad. Give back to them because they gave me the opportunity to do this in the first place. Just go on. I've been able to fly to a few different cities, for concerts, just to explore. I've been to Houston, Miami, Tampa.
Damn, bro.
It's just, yeah, it's looked a lot different stuff that I was never able to do before because obviously life takes money to do some things. I've been able to do now, and I find it. Oh, I guess one other thing, the one objective thing that I did buy was a boat. I did buy, I
I
did
was
buy a
gonna say,
boat.
yeah, you bought a boat.
Yeah, so I bought a boat in June, and I live near like a lot of water, the Niagara Falls, the river, and stuff. So I had an absolute blast this summer with me and my buddies on the boat. So like it really just, I didn't think it would make my life look a whole lot different, and that's not to say money just doesn't, like change you, or some people let it change them, but I think if you use it to do things that you love and care about and want to do, it can enhance your life. But that's honestly what it did. I was able to just create a lot of experiences like that boat. In all honesty, I didn't even know how to drive a boat before I got a boat. I had my buddy's license. I just knew that me and my buddies would have a blast on it over summer. And that's exactly what happened. Had created a bunch of memories traveling cities and stuff. And yeah,
That's
so
incredible.
that's honestly, yeah, it's definitely changed a lot of things for me. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
a big thing too. I'll mention you kind of forgot, but I think obviously in this program, I think you met a lot of really good friends too, bro. That you built.
yes,
So I think that
yeah,
obviously money's good and shit, but being able to wake up every day, like, I'm excited every day to get on calls, to hear Luke's
mhm.
face or see Luke's face, and everything like that. So I think that's a big thing for Luke. Luke met a lot of people in the program that now
Sure.
he actually traveled with. He named a few cities he's went there with.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been
Yeah, no, that's another great part. Yeah, everybody that is thinking about joining the program, understand that you're going to make a lot of really good connections that aren't just based about money, but it's
yeah,
based about people just wanting to get better, improve in the same boat as you, and you make real friendships along the way. I think everybody that's in this program can say that. And I'm my three best buddies I met through here, Gavin, Seth, and Toss. Toss lives in North Carolina. Gavin and Seth are hometown buddies from New Hampshire. So like it's just crazy that people that like I've nowhere even near I've actually got to like meet in real life and actually become like real life buddies with that we've met up like 3 times now. And I'm gonna be living in Florida, which is close to Gavin and Seth. We'll be seeing each other, and obviously I'm yet to meet you guys in person and stuff.
yeah, bro.
But yeah, that's the great part about the program too. Just it's almost like even though you're sitting in your room or wherever you trade by yourself, you're not actually by
Of
yourself.
course,
Like,
bro. Of course, and it's so fun because it's like the whole concept is like, yeah, trading's our job, but bro, it's like it's so much more fun when like we all are having a good time. We're all making money together. We're all doing call outs. We're all like, dude, the good old
yeah,
days. We all used to be on a phone call during the trading day. We'd all call and bro, like it was the most fun period, obviously. that I've had. So like, bro, when you explaining this shit, it's bringing back memories. It's
We'll
crazy.
run it back. We'll run it back. We'll run it back.
We have to, bro. But yeah, bro, if someone is watching this video right now and thinking about joining, like, what is something you would tell that person, bro? Pretend it's just a random stranger you
Okay.
met on the street and they want to like get into trading. Like, truly, what would you tell them, bro? That it could be the good things, the bad things, whatever you feel comfortable with, bro.
Yeah. All right. So basically, the first thing I would tell you is that obviously, if you hear about trading just from people that don't really know about it, you're probably told it's risky, don't do that, it's stupid, it's gambling. And if you go into it with the mindset of just wanting to make money, not really know what you're doing, don't really have a plan, then that can be exactly what it is. But if the thing is in life, you're always taking a risk. Sometimes it's the way you should look at it is I looked at it is it's a bigger risk to not join this program, pay some of the money that I've saved up. It's a bigger risk to not do that and wonder where it could have gone than to actually do it. So it's like no matter what you do in life, you're taking a risk. So I think it's all about the risk that you choose and honestly just betting on yourself and understanding that you're capable of whatever you put your mind to. So I feel like yeah, if somebody that's thinking about getting into trading just realize that if you just put your foot to the floor for a few months and just focus on learning, just getting good, building good habits, and learning a structured way of trading from the right people, which obviously Sean and all the other coaches have done that for me. Um, you're gonna do well, and that's why it's almost like more of a risk to not take that leap of faith than it is to I
I
feel like
remember
if you
too when I invested like into myself all the way back then. It obviously was scary, bro. Like I said, we have such similar stories where like I
yeah,
was saving and I was like, dude, like I'm about to invest into myself. Like this is insane. Like
yeah,
we
yeah.
we worked hard for that money that like we obviously invested, but um,
Uh,
I was almost scared and like was almost like new.
yeah, you still there, Sean? My bad, it's frozen on my end.
Nah, yeah, can you hear me?
You still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It was frozen on my end. My
No,
bad.
you're good. You're good. You're good. I was almost like scared on like the what if factor. Like, what if I
Yeah,
didn't do it? Because like I knew in the back of my mind I was gonna feel that sense of regret. And it's like, dude, like what if I did take that opportunity? And say like 3 years from now I didn't take the opportunity. It's like, what if 4 years ago I would have taken that opportunity? Like, where would I
yep,
have been? Like on that random call and random person I saw on social media. Like, truly.
yeah,
And I think that's like one of the things that I couldn't live with myself, where I knew that
sure,
obviously the
exactly,
most successful people take risks. Like everyone knows that, and I couldn't live with myself if I didn't give myself an opportunity to succeed.
for
And
sure.
obviously you did, bro. And that I like obviously like, bro.
Yep,
It takes a lot of commitment to be able to like commit to something, especially when if you don't know you're gonna see a result. So I'm
for
beyond
sure.
proud, bro. Dead ass. Like I truly am. I'm like proud that you're moving away, bro. Like that feeling you're gonna feel when you move out of your hometown, it doesn't get realer than that, bro. And you made this show all yourself. Yeah, we might have helped you a little bit, but bro, you chose to continue there, to come every day. Chose to not make any money
Yeah,
for months,
yeah.
and here you are, bro. So yeah,
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate
of
it, bro.
course, bro. Of
I
course.
great hearing that from you. And yeah, I basically, yeah, I guess what, yeah, you just said right there.
Yeah.
It's when if anybody, yeah, is looking to get into trading, realize that it's all in your hands. Like it's in your hands. You get what you get out of it, what you put into it. If you show up every day and you're actually paying attention and you're actually paying attention to live calls, taking notes, journaling, calling your mentors, scheduling calls with them, you're good. You're gonna succeed. And so it's really just about committing yourself and just not being lazy with it. I think everybody sometimes gets into a little bit of a lazy rut, but this is something where it's like you have full control over it.
Yeah.
So that's what's beautiful about it. You really do. You're not really limited. That's a beautiful thing about trading. You're not limited. There's sky's the limit. So,
Exactly. I think showing up every day is the one thing that stops people from becoming profitable and quitting. I mean, sorry, becoming profitable and making it, and unprofitable and quitting. And people say, and I think it's those same people that say like day trading is a scam, trading doesn't work, is because they weren't willing to put in the work. Guys, it's not like a get rich quick scheme. Like Luke knows it, I
no,
know it. You just, if you want to be successful, no one's stopping you. You just are the only one. Like, you're the only one that's gonna stop yourself from getting to
Yeah.
that point. We're gonna help you the best we can. But at the end of the day, if you guys don't want it deep down, you don't have that drive, you don't have that urge to get out of the situation you're in. Like,
Yeah.
no one can get that. But
Sure.
yeah, bro, this was an awesome video, dude. I truly appreciate you obviously
Sure.
coming here. It's crazy, bro. I love making these videos because it's like I'm almost reliving exactly what you're explaining, and it's like
Of course. Yeah.
it's crazy where we've all came from, bro. Like, we all have similar stories where we didn't really come from much, and bro, we're all making it work. We're all getting through the days, bro,
Sure.
and it's just only gonna get better. So it's amazing.
100%. I appreciate you for having me on here. I'm glad to share my story to inspire whoever else is watching this out there. That's just a 19, 20-year-old kid that is a little confused on what they're doing in life and knows that they might be destined for something a little bit greater. So,
Of course, bro. Of course.
yeah,
Damn, dude. Without I guess we'll kind of end it off here. Guys, thank you guys obviously for watching. Luke, thank you again. And dude, it's insane hearing your story, bro. It makes me very very emotional because it's like it's insane, bro. But I appreciate you coming on. I'm so happy for you, bro. Your life has changed, bro. You're moving literally less than a month, so that's
I
crazy.
know.
Are you selling your boat?
No, so what's happening with the boat? We just winterized it, but if I decide to stay another year in Tampa next year, then I'm gonna get the boat down there. So,
Oh, really?
and
Maybe
then
then you'll
you
have like a
could,
yacht, bro.
okay, maybe might come down a little later down the line, but we'll see. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys all for watching. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.